How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, this is a story about a former Leeds prison officer who's now been jailed. Stories in the Wakefield Express, link in the description below. Story reads, ex-HMP Leeds prison officer jailed for smuggling drugs to a prisoner. A former prison officer at Armley, that's the name of the prison, well, it's known locally as Armley, it's actually known as HMP Leeds, has been jailed herself after smuggling cannabis for an inmate she had befriended. Jade Hicks, 35, of Hemsworth Road near Pontefract, met the man when she worked at HMP Leeds. He was later transferred to HMP Doncaster, and after leaving her job at Armley, she began to visit him in prison, where she sneaked him in cannabis and Subutex, which is a prescription drug used to treat opiate addiction, namely heroin. While illegal drugs and mobile phones are big business in Leeds prison, she's now been given an 8-month sentence after admitting the offence. The Class B and Class C controlled drugs had a value in prison of over £1,000. The Leeds detective solving hundreds of crimes committed in Armley and Wealdstone prison, Hicks worked at Armley until February of 2018. On October the 11th, 2018, she was visiting the prisoner at Marshgate Prison in Doncaster and was seen on CCTV removing articles from her clothing and passing them to him. She was subsequently detained by prison staff and later charged and remanded in custody. Detective Inspector Steve Smith from Doncaster CID said, "We work very closely with the prisons in Doncaster to set a zero-tolerance stance to any individual who chooses to convey prohibited items or articles. These items are dangerous, and we hope court cases like this send a strong message to anyone thinking about trying to get banned items into a prison. You will be caught and put before the courts." Now, she looks like a transsexual. I don't know quite what's going on with her eyebrows. Look at them eyebrows. Is it me, or are they up here? Like looking like that? Have a look at them. Transsexual, guys, I don't know. I'm not sure. You'll have to tell me. Yeah, guys, obviously sounds like a sexual relationship between an officer and a prisoner. These are commonplace, guys. They take place in every prison up and down the country, where prison officers fall in love with prisoners. Do the prisoners really fall in love with the prison officers? Maybe, in some regard. But at the same time, having that cons mentality as a former prisoner myself, I look and think, well, she's obviously taking a shine to him. He's then thinking, right, what can I get out of her? Because if he loved her and he wanted to be with her, he wouldn't be using her to bring drugs in because it's putting her job at risk. So what I'm saying to you, he didn't really give a shit about her. He just wanted drugs and mobile phones and things bringing in so that he could then sell them on the wing at profit. If she's bringing them in, it's costing him nothing, and then he can sell it for profit. If you're involved in criminality of any sort of crime, the first goal, the end goal, financial gain, money, right? And she's obviously besotted with him. He's used that angle to then use her to bring in contraband and drugs into the prison. He's then sold them on. She's then quit her job or been sacked or whatever. They might have got wind of her relationship with him and sacked her or suspended her on full pay, and then she's left the job. She's gone on to Doncaster prison to see him in Doncaster in Marshgate, and she's continued this besotted relationship. And he's probably using her to convey articles into prison. He can sell them at a profit. He's not actually taking any risk, really, unless he gets caught with the items. She's taking the risk by getting them and then conveying them into the prison to hand her over on a visit. It's commonplace, guys. This happens in prisons up and down the country. We've seen more prison officers in the past 12 months jailed for smuggling contraband into prison, and even out of prison. At my former prison, Forest Bank, two officers were jailed, and I think one got a suspended sentence after they took over £100,000 worth of items from the prison and sold them on eBay. Like I say, guys, many different reasons why prison officers, the lucrative drug market in prison is massive, right? And prison officers are starting to get in on the action, whether they might be doing it to top up the wage, they might be being intimidated or threatened, they might be being blackmailed, or they might be in sexual relationships like this woman, use the word loosely, this Jade Hicks. But yeah, it's commonplace, guys. And I don't even blame prison officers, right? If you're locked on a wing for sustained amounts of time with prisoners, it's only natural that you're going to become attracted to one of them or two of them, or flirt and banter. And then you go from that fine line and you cross it, and then it stems into criminality. And like I say, it's very lucrative. Was she doing it for financial gain? Possibly. I'm more inclined to believe she was doing it because she'd fallen in love with a prisoner. And the fact that she lost a job over him and then continued to follow him over to Doncaster, to Marshgate prison, to again try to take contraband into the jail, would lead me to believe that she was besotted. And he was using her to see what he could get out of her. And then once she got caught, he would have thought, right, well, that's it. We'd be put on closed visits anyway, so there's no point. And he cut contact. Prisoners are masters of manipulation. You've got young and inexperienced officers on the wings. You've got hardened criminals who are the masters of manipulation. If a prisoner, if you're in a relationship with a prisoner, or you're seeing a prisoner, or you're attracted to a prisoner, and he's asking you to take drugs upon a visit, then he doesn't care about you and he doesn't love you. Because if he really did love you and he did care about you, he wouldn't be asking you to risk your freedom. Right? You might have kids. And if he's asking you to bring drugs in on visits, right, he doesn't love you, because if he loved you, he wouldn't put you in that situation. That's just the reality. And anyone that's been in prison will know what I'm talking about, if they're being honest. Anyway, guys, got to leave it there. Link in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.